Hello, my wonderful friend. Welcome back or welcome for the very first time. Today's video is a must-watch. We're diving into something incredibly important but rarely talked about with care it deserves. 3 places women want to be touched. Now I know what you're thinking, and yes, we're going to talk about where and how to touch a woman to truly thrill her eye in a way that feels natural, respectful, and powerful. Here's the truth: touch is magical. It's not just physical lights, emotional, spiritual, even transformational. Can spark attraction, build trust, and deep connection like nothing else. Let's be real for a second. Touches on the main reasons we crave, how we bond, how we express affection, how we fall in love. That when your hand brushes hers yet at moment, it can set their heart racing. But here's the thing, because you're a good, decent guy, that kind of man who's looking for a sweet, loving, emotional eyes of relationship, it's absolutely essential that you understand how to touch her, and just as importantly where we, because let's face it, the last thing you want is to come across as well creepy. On the flip side, if you never tuck her at all, you risk staying stuck in the zone, invisible, unromanticable, and that's not what either of you want. That's why this video matters. It's about finding that perfect middle ground where you touch her in a way it makes her feel safe, seen, and drawn to you. No repelled or uncomfortable music. If you're someone who's looking for a happy, fulfilling lifelong relationship with a kind, soft-hearted woman, this knowledge isn't just helpful, it's critical. And here's the good news. You didn't have to guess by the end of this video. You'll endured exactly how and where to touch a woman, to create that spark, to pen the connection and make her feel excited to be close to you. You're a Budo. Discover the best places to touch a woman, and this part is key. How to do it in a way that thrills her emotionally and physically without crossing lines or playing games. So, if that sounds like something you ought to master, stay with me till the very end. Before we dive in, make sure you subscribe and ring that notification bell so you don't miss future videos like this. My name is Amelia. This channel is your go-to resource for learning how to track that sweet feminine loyal love. Been hoping for, without games, without manipulations, real strategies to help you find real love, because here's what I believe: or not just here to learn how to touch a woman. You're here to understand how to connect with her heart, to make her feel cherished, wanted, and safe in your presence. And that kind of connection, it starts with intentional. Now, quick note before we get into the 13 places, there are actually 2 phases toys. That's right, 2 very different offo and where you can touch a woman. Phase 1, when you're not in a relationship with her yet. Phase 1, you are in a relationship. You're dating, there's mutual affection and things are progressing, and trust me, there's a dramatic difference in how you can and should touch a woman depending on which viz or in. It's crucial to understand this, because if you touch her like you are already in a relationship, before you've built that emotional closeness, it can completely freak her out. She might feel like you're trying to fast forward something that hasn't developed yet, and that will send her running in the opposite direction. But if you follow the right steps at the right time, she'll feel like she's living out a romantic movie. You'll go from just a friend to a I can't stop thinking about him. Ready to get started? Let's begin with phase 1. How to touch her when you're not in a relationship. It's phase 1, touch points. Alright, let's talk about phase 1. How to touch her when you're in a relationship. This is where so many good guys mess up. Not because they're creepy, but 'cause they jump the gun. They think physical touch squeals chemistry bothers the truth. Touch only builds attraction when it's appropriate, respectful, and emotional is. And when you're not in a relationship, subtlety is your superpowers. Let's begin. Music 1. Her hands. Subtle, casual contact. The first place a woman wants to be touched. Her hands. Now, this doesn't mean grabbing her hand like you're already holding hands in the middle of a candle at dinner. Nope, you're not there yet. But there's what you can do. Let your hand slightly brush against hers. When your hand handing her something, let that moment linger just a half second longer than accessory. Maybe you're passing her a pen, a coffee cup, or your phone. Let that moment happen. It's tiny, it's casual, but it's loaded with subconscious meaning. That single subtle tuck, it plants a seed. It makes her stop and think, did he just that felt kind of good? And then she'll go tell her best friends about it. No joke. The tone innocent moment will banalized in group chat like it's national news. Trust me. So yes, even before your official a gentle touch on the hands can give you her butterflies if you do it right o her upper arms. Safe, playful touch. The second place a woman wants to be touched. Her upper arm is such an underrated touch point. Say, friendly, and, if done playfully or supportively, it can send her a strong signal that says, hey, I see you. I'm comfortable around you. I like being near you. You don't need to make it a manic. It could be a light touch during a laugh. Maybe a gentle tap when you're ridgeoing around. Quitman a quick understanding squeeze if she's telling you something vulnerably heartfelt. The upper arm is non-threatening, but still complete a liniment when done with intention. Here's what makes it powerful. Shooing recoil from it like she might from more forward touches. She'll lean into it because it feels natural and makes her feel seen, respected, and even a little desire. 3. Her back. The right spot matters. Next up, her back. Now, hold up. The zone has rules. Bit back is a large end where you talk makes all the difference. If you go to high, it feels like you're patting your sister on the back after she gets in. On her report card friend zone. High if you go too low, it's instantly creepy and will feel that so hats the sweet spot right around her shoulder blade or just slightly lower. That middle back arthas is the kind of touch you use when you're guiding her through a door, leaning in to tell her something in a loud room, or just showing a little extra presence and protectivent kind of pouch, casual but intentional trigger. Something deep in her. It feels strange. It feels like you're saying you're safe with me. And when a woman feels safe with you, that's when chest starts to fall for you for approximatic. Sit close to her. Now, here's one that's not exactly a place, but it matters just as much. Said close to her. A close enough hat your legs or arms might lightly brush. You don't need to put your arm around her. Reno in a relationship yet, but sitting close, casually confident little's hero were comfortable in her presence. It says you're not afraid to be near her on. That you want to be near her. Angus what she notice even if Shepard tends not to, even if she says nothing. That little point of contact when your arm touches hers ever so lightly will play over in her mind like a scene in a movie. It's romantic. It's subtle. It works. 5 hugs. Real sensory connection. Let's talk about hugsies. Even in phase 1, you can and should hug her. If the moment is right, because everyone, and I mean every needs and wants to be hugged. It's a promo thing. Human touch relatine. The bonding hormone as a warm hug can go so far in building emotional trust. So the next time you'll greet her or say goodbye, don't do thick word wave. Offer a warm, friendly hug. Keep it respectful but genuine. And here's the magic part. The moment she melts into that hug, her body tells, Herman, I feel safe. I feel close to him. I like this. That's emotional. Intimate. A single romantic word is spoken. 6. Offer her your arm. Chivalry still works. This next one is old school's. Powerful. Offer her your arm. Especially if you're walking together or if she's wearing heels or if you're navigating stairs or on even ground. Few men do this anymore, which is exactly why you should. It tells her, I've got you. You can lean on mile. Make sure you're safe. And yes, she'll also notice your arm. She may even take a mental note of how it feels to hold on to you. She might even imagine what it would feel like to hold in longer. And that, my friend, is how attraction begins. It's respectful. It's masculine. and it leaves an unforgettably pricey. Next, how to make her want you to touch her wheel. Dive into the psychology of attraction and how to set the stage. Saw your touches wanted, not tolerated was how to make her want you to touch her. Okay, by now you've learned where to touch when you are not yet in a relationship. Here's something just as important, maybe even more important. If she doesn't want you to touch her, it doesn't matter how perfect your timing or technique is. Difference between creepy and charming. Touch. Simple. Want it. So, let's talk about how to create that emotional desire. So, when you do touch her, it feels right for both of you. On the attraction before action. The truth is, if she's not already feeling so much attraction to you, your talk won't land the way you hope it will. That means your first priority isn't touch. It's capturing her attention and making her feel intrigued and emotionally safe. How do you do that? Show her confidence and not arrogance. Make her laugh. Humor builds closeness. Be kind. Real kindness creates trust. Represent fully there. When you're with her, use your voice. How you speak tells her well you are. When you make her feel emotionally connected to you, she'll start to crave a physical connection too. So, let's build the moment slowly. Think of attraction like a fire. It doesn't start with a spark and then instantly explode. It grows slowly, naturally. When you understand this, your talk becomes part of a moment, not a random action. Look into her eyes, smile, pay attention to her body language, and when the moment feels right, your touch won't feel invasive. It'll feel uneven. Avoid the creep zone. Let's address something Noon likes to talk about, but everyone needs to. Here's a fine line between being a tealman who touches a woman's share and being that guy who invades her space. Second, you touch her too soon, too intimately, or without emotional context. Brain goes into protection modes. Pull away. She close off. Sheila Bell. You and her mind is unsafe. So how do you avoid that? Always wait for port. Always watch for cues. Ishali Ning in smiling, touching you back. Never touch intimate areas early. Waist, face, legs. Wait for phase 2. Keep your energy calm, grounded, and respectful. Emotional safety leads to physical openness. She feels emotionally safe with you. She'll be more physically open to you. It's not about being smooth or sane. It's perfect line. It's about building trust. When she knows you're not just after her body, but her mind, her heart, and her respect, that's when the game changes. That's when she wants to tush you back. Now you're ready for facetwo. Alright, now that you understand the foundations of touch before a relationship, it's taught level up. Talk about phase 2, where you're actually in a relationship, dating each other, and there's mutual interest and closeness. This is where things get even more exiting, because now the connection I established at Bounty are different. The energy is more open and your touch can go per emotionally and physically. But a quick reminder, this next section is still about respect, presence, and emotional intimacy. We're not talking about going too far too fast. We're talking about knowing how to touch her in a way that makes her melt, that makes her feel loved, beautiful, and safing. Your arms welcome to phase 2. This is where the connection deepens and Yordik beckons more emotionally and physical intimately. At this point, you and the woman you're dating have built trust, chemistry, and mutual affection. You're not guessing no more. You've both chosen each other, and now touch isn't just thrilling. It becomes a way to communicate love without words. So, let's dive in. 1. Her hair. Gentle romantic femininity. It's the first place you can touch a woman when you're in a relationship. Her hair. There's something deeply innate. It's romantic about this one. It's soft. It's personal land. If she's attracted to you, it will hurt her gently. Tucking her hair behind her rear. Run your fingers through the ends or simply brush it back from her face when you're looking into her eyes. That moment makes her feel feminine, seen, and wanted. Boot a word of advice. Gauge her mood. Some women don't like their hair messed up, especially if they styled it for your date. If you're unsure, watch your reaction and adjust. When done, a simple gesture will make her feel to rash woo her face delicate, loving, intimate, then place her face. This is one of the most emotionally rich places you can touch a woman. There's something so intimate about a man reaching out and gently caressing her cheek. Maybe you touch her face right before you kiss her. Maybe you cradle her jaw when you are looking into her eyes. Those most slow touches airy heart-melting. They say more than words savor. Coldly tell her you're beautiful to me. I see you. I value you. And that right there, that's how you build deep emotional intimacy music. 3. Her waist. Masculine protective. Facilitate talk about her waist. This is on the places where masculine energy meets feminine response. When done with care, if you're standing beside her, wrap your arm lightly around her waist. If you're hugging her, let your hands rest there. You're kissing her. Place your hands gently on her hips or the small of her back. It's powerful not because it's sexual but because it's grounding. It makes her feel physically close to you. And when she feels your strength around her waist, feels protected, desired, and secure. Ticking her waist shows her you're mini. I'm yours for put your arm around her. Classic connection. Move this Oni's classic. And for good reason. Whether you're watching a movie, walking through the park, or just sitting beside her, putting your arm around her shoulders or book is such a comforting gesture. It's not flashy. It's not over the top. Beauty communicates everything. Presence, care, affection, security. Difference but a friend zone's holder tap and a romantic arm wrap is context and timing. So don't just throw an arm around her like your buddies watching football. Instead, let it slit around her shoulder slowly like you are wrapping her in warm fits. Not just about touch. It's about saying I've got you. A 5. Her knee tender, subtle, romantic touch. Alright, this one might surprise you. Her knee is actually a very tender, emotionally nice place to touch when you are in a relationship. You're sitting next to her maybe at dinner or on the couch. You gently place your hand on her knee. Maybe give a light squeeze or a slow retching stroke. This gesture is incredibly grounding. It says, I'm close. I'm here. I'm connected to you. She'll notice it. And if she's feeling safe and loved, she'll lean in tight. Just keep it respectful. Keep it light. That show you make it romantic, not invasive. 6. Her neck. Delicate emotional underwear at neck is one of the most sensitive viscera in the body. And when touched tenderly, it can create an instant emotional and physical spark. This isn't about grabbing. This isn't about dominance. This is about grace. Clitamon. You're brushing her hair aside and our fingers trail softly over her neck. Maybe you're holding her as you kiss Heron. Your thumb grazes her skin there. Hand gently. Her neck becomes a romantic focal point and your touch can make her feel deeply desired. The goal isn't intensity. It's emotional leer creases. Her mouth. Not just for kisses. And finally, yes, Hermit of I, of course, a kissing is one of the most cherished parts of romantic connection. But there's a smithing even more touching, pun intended, than just a kiss. Think of the classic romantic movie Munch. She takes a bite of something sweet and gets a little frosting on her lip. You gently reach up and wipe it off with your thumb and boom, her heart skips a beat. That's not just a cute scene. It's based on real emotional response when you care for her gently like that. It just sadness. It shows presence. It shows that you're in the moment with her. And that, my friend, is what muser tuck irresistible. The touches you must have for marriage, right? We've covered phase 1 and facet woe. Now, let's talk about something that takes true emotional maturity to understand. There's a line, a sacred boundary that spritz touches that deepen intimacy from touches that rush past true connection and end up damaging trusters truth anything. More than what we've talked about here. Those deeper, more intimate and private forms of physical contact, they belong in marriage, not before. I know that's not the popular thing to say in today's world, but it's the right thing. It's the thing that builds real lasting love. Why? Waiting attracts classy, loyal women. If you and a high quality woman, the kendo is loyal, loving, gentle, and emotionally safe, then you've got to be the kind of man who respects Bonara's values purity, because that kind of woman, she doesn't want to share the most sacred parts of herself with a man. She's not Marietto. She wants to give those things to man forever. And she wants to know that he respects her enough to wait. And if you cross that line to sending a very different message, one that turns high-value women off instantly, she's not thinking, wow, he's bold. She's thinking this man doesn't seem special, just physical. That's not attractive. That's a red flag. That show you lose her. Physical boundary expert you. Both physical boundaries aren't just about morality. They're about wisdom. They protect her emotionally, mentally, and spiritually. They also protect you. Because when you show a woman that you're willing to wait, that you value her more than her body, you become the kind of man she feels safe, opening her heart to and giving her whole life to. What kind of woman do you want this? I says questioni want you to ask yourself nesty you and a classy loyal loving woman will adore you and stand by you for life, or do you want someone who's only in it for a temporary attraction and surface level pleasure? If you want the first, the kind of love that's soft, real, romantic, and lasts forever, then you need to start with the right touch at the right time and the right way. Respect, patience, emotional presence. These are your secret weapons. Want to learn how to attract that kind woman? You've ever felt frustrated by if you've tried doing things the right way, but still got burned? If you're done wasting time on women who don't truly love you for you, then listen. This is why I created my academy. It's WW. Helps so many men find the soft, sweet, faithful love they've always dreamed of. Inside my program, I show you step-by-step path to attracting equality women, building deep emotional connection, creating a relationship that leads to our lasting love.